Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Boyographic. My name is Matt and I'm here to show you the highs and lows of the Game Boy library yet again. Up this week, it's Barbie Girl. Barbie Girl, you see what they did there, was a platformer released in 1992, developed by Imagineering Inc. and published by High-Tech Expressions. This game sees you help Barbie to find an outfit for a date with Ken. Naturally, a game about Barbie going to a store, trying on a few dresses and picking a favourite will perhaps not be an exciting enough gaming experience for a kid. So, the game contains 7 levels that take you on a roller coaster ride through 50s diners, a music store, and the wreckage of a maritime-era sailing vessel. Yeah, pretty standard shopping trip in my experience. Along the way, Barbie encounters a range of enemies, referred to in the game's manual as boguses, which you must fight off with your charms. Yep, you throw rocks at them and they turn into stars, which would be fine as 100 stars gives you an extra life. But as stars bounce away from you, and I don't even think there are 100 in this entire game, it's a bit of a waste of time collecting them. Maybe 10 would have been better. You can always collect flowers, extra lives, or trips to the mall as they're called, but as you start with 5 lives, you're probably not going to need any more anyways. Getting hit by an enemy is a bit of a pain in the ass in this game. It's got that old school Mario way of freezing you when you get hit, but each time you get hit, just to let you know you've been hit, it plays an annoying jingle that keeps you frozen for about 3 seconds, and it really slows down play. The level design is a little ropey in bits also. Sometimes platforms don't register your jumps and so you fall through them. Enemy placement is frustrating and an undefined level of death often confuses you as to what's the floor and what's a pit trap. When you top this off with annoying music and annoying shifts in established mechanics, such as the charm attack inexplicably changing its fire direction on the music level, Barbie Girl is a bit of a chore. Fortunately though, it's a pretty easy game that for all intensive purposes isn't that long. I beat the game in about 15 minutes right off the bat. This wouldn't have been so bad if the game was fun. Lucky I wasn't a kid getting this in the 90s or I'd have been pissed. There are a few power-ups based on Barbie's various dress-up items, which is probably the best idea the game has, even if it's poorly implemented. The heart fashion up turns you into an aerobic Barbie who can do Samus Aran-style somersaults, which are less effective than your regular jump, admittedly, but a lightning bolt turns you into Power Run Barbie, making you invincible like a Starman in a Mario game, and that's pretty cool, but unfortunately doesn't last quite long enough. The game has a tile matching minigame between stages that can only actually be played 3 times, it seems. After that, it stopped loading, either because I'd maxed out my lives, or because the developers didn't think anyone would beat all 3 matching games in one playthrough. But as it's perhaps the most fun aspect of the game, and that says a lot, it was a little disheartening not to have more of it. The game does kind of have a boss fights as well, like a big unthreatening jellyfish that has Barbie's crab friends in a box. No, I've no idea why either. There's also a pretty terrible pseudo-boss challenge that involves getting coins to spin. Slow down, Barbie Girl, this is too much excitement. But traversing the mall in its sunken depths and you'll be rewarded not only with the height of this season's fashion as modelled by Skeletor, but a romantic waltz with Ken at the end. Oh, young love. So, if you can put up with poor music and level design, ignore some of the god-awful enemy sprites and mind-numbingly easy difficulty and focus on Barbie Girl's positive aspects, like how they really capture the articulation of a Barbie doll in the protagonist's sprite, that the game is only 15 minutes long, and how much better the next Game Boy game you play will feel after this. Then you're on to a winner. Seriously, this game is only ready for Barbie fans and the keen Game Boy collector. It doesn't really offer much, but a generic platformer with some serious issues. While not unplayable, the most interesting thing comes in the game's opening credit scene that says, Game Girl trademark of Nintendo. Does this mean that Nintendo ever planned on releasing the fabled pink DMG Game Boy? Who knows? But it does make you wonder. And that's it for this week, guys. Hopefully this has quenched your curiosity enough so you don't actually have to go out and play this game, because it's a bit of a chore. If you've liked this video, you can check out some better games, admittedly, on our Boyographic series, in which I look at the highs and lows of the Game Boy library. You can check out some of the Boy Curious videos, in which I look at some bootleg titles for the Game Boy. And you can also check out All the Glory, in which I play through a game in its completion without any continues or lives lost. Not to say I don't die, I just cut them out to give you all of the glory. You can find me on Twitter at TMAcast for my podcast, Come On Matt Attack, which is available on iTunes every Sunday. And you can find me personally on Twitter at Gameboy. Until next week, guys, game on.